Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. If you're following on Instagram, I have been busy. My child is teething and I'm no longer sleeping again. We're back to sleepless nights. Tried many things. Don't see a single tooth coming through. Super fun times. If you're a mom, my prayers go out to you. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I did purchase the Natasha Denona Pastel palette, and I was not gonna purchase this palette because when I saw the color story, I was like, when am I gonna wear them? To wear? To wear, not to work. Because, you know, pastel colors, you know, they're very bright, and I thought they're gonna be super chalky. It's a Natasha Denona palette. It is going to be extremely pigmented. Like, I can't see myself even lightly dipping a brush in this and making it look, you know, everyday work friendly. But if you guys don't follow at Claro Beauty, I will leave the name of her channel below. You should. She did a couple of looks with this palette, and one of the things I noticed is, and that a lot of people when they reviewed this palette said, that it was definitely not as pigmented as Natasha Denona palettes usually are. So when I saw Claro put this on her eyes, I was like, okay, I like that. So even though they look super bright in the pan, they don't apply that way. So I went ahead and I purchased it because I'm really loving this whole pastel vibe. I mean, just the packaging alone, this whole like aesthetic, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I bought so many, I mean, espérate, let me show you. My Easter egg basket. Are we seeing what we're working with here? Mira. Is it perfection or is it not? Just saying. So I went ahead and I purchased it. Now this keeps coming in and out of stock at Sephora. I did get mine at Sephora, but I had to wait for it because it was sold out. Then it would come back in stock and like that. So once it came back in stock, I purchased it. This is still available for purchase on the Natasha Denona website. I don't know if Sephora is going to be restocking this palette because it is limited edition. So as of right now, me filming and uploading this video, this palette is still available for purchase at the Natasha Denona website, for those of you who are wondering. I will be using my Angie Hot and Flashy brushes to do my makeup look today, and I will be using the Natasha Denona Love and Cheek Duo palette. This is, I think, perfect for this whole color scheme here. So if you have these products, you can sit down with me and we can kind of do this little look together. On my face, I just want to let you guys know I have my Bare Minerals Blemish Rescue Foundation in Light 2W, and I have my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I also have my Chanel Healthy La Beige's Healthy Glow Luminous Color in Medium as my bronzer. This I'm almost done with, so super excited. I did get the new bronzers. I got them, but I haven't obviously had the time to film them. Let me know if you want to see a separate video with these bronzers, or do you want to see it in conjunction with the new Water Fresh tint foundation that just launched? Because I ordered that too, but it hasn't gotten here, so we'll see. All right, that's enough. Let's get started. So I am gonna go ahead and start off with cheeks first, just because I do, you know, my face first. I don't do the whole eyeshadow and then I do my face. It's not tried it, doesn't work, or it doesn't work out. I'm gonna be using my Angie Hot and Flashy A507 blush brush here, and we're just gonna lightly tap into this cream blush because it is pigmented. Now, if you guys are wondering, this blush, although it's cream, when applied, it dries down as sort of like a powder satin finish. So you guys know I have combination to oily skin, and so I can't do any cream products that don't fully dry down, because with the oils of my face, it's a disaster. So for those of you who have a similar skin type than I do, I'm slowly building this up because this is really pigmented and I don't want to apply too much, because then we're gonna have to start all over again. So I just lightly tap it on, and this works really great over powder, so it doesn't lift up or, you know, ruin anything you may have laid down powder wise before applying this. And I'm just using tapping motions and not sweeping motions, again, to not disturb the powder that is on the bottom. So I feel like that's enough blush for me. And again, you don't see any like shininess. It really just sets down as a matte satin finish. I wouldn't say it's completely, you know, I wouldn't say it's super matte. I would say it's more like a satin finish. And I just want to see, it's called Pink Coral, the shade name of this particular blush. Now this particular blush is really bright, so it's one that I only pull out for spring, summer, and I think it looks good once I've gotten a little bit of color. All right, I'm going to just use a regular highlighting brush. So I'm going to use my Real Techniques setting brush. This is number 402, and I'm gonna dip into the highlighting shade here. And then I'll swatch this for you guys. I know this is not a new palette, but you can purchase this. This is still for purchase at Sephora and Natasha, Denona. So I went in with a light hand, and it, like, look at that. Look at that beauty. This is a synthetic brush, and it does pick up this formula pretty well, which seems to be like a baked gelée formula. That's what it looks like to me. Let me see if in the back it says what it is. It is a champagne duochrome, and it's called Pink and Golden. That's what the sticker says, and you can definitely build this up. I like to throw it here on my temples and just kind of drag it down. Very pigmented, so go in with a light hand and then like build it up. Look how pretty that is. You guys seen that? And then of course, let me go ahead and swatch this for you really quick. Let me swatch the blush and then the highlight. Here is a finger swatch of both. Isn't that pretty? And then although the blush is cream and looks super bright, when applied, it's actually a lot softer, which allows you to build it up. And then that is the beautiful highlight that shifts from pink to that champagne. All right. Now, and of course, I mean, this packaging, hello, hi. Just saying. All right, so now let's move on to the palette. So the way that I've sat here and analyzed this palette for many days, because I was thinking about doing this video, and I want to provide looks that I feel that you guys can get a little bit more use out of this palette. And so of course I'll be also showing you swatches, but let's go ahead and get started with the first look. I'm gonna do one look in one eye and then one in the other, like a different one in the other, okay? So let's go ahead and start off with my A501 brush, and this is just a regular shadow brush. And the way that I looked at this palette and I analyzed it was, you've got your greens here, and although this is a yellow, when applied it kind of looks like a highlight color, and you'll see that. You've got your purples, and then you've got your reds and peaches here. So the way that I felt like I may be able to use this as an everyday palette would be actually just combining a shimmer with its like matching, you know, matte, if that makes sense. I'll show you now. So the first thing I want to do is use Starlit and Bellini. Mind you, I haven't touched this palette, so this can all pretty much just be a giant fail, okay? Oh, that's right, the mirror. Let's peel this off together. This is my favorite part. All right, let's try that. So I did pick up some of Bellini, which is this matte peach shade right here. And then I'm just gonna apply that all over the lid and to the crease area. Oh, I don't think I told you guys, I did prime my eyes with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the original formula. So as suspected, it is very lightly pigmented, just like I saw and it appeared on Claro's channel. So Claro, thank you so much. You were the reason I bought this palette. Okay, so we're just, see how pretty, it's like just a soft wash of color, and you can build it up without having to, like, I'm not lightly tapping my brush in here, I'm actually using this shade. I am tapping off the excess. With this particular matte shade, you are gonna get some kick up, so if that's not your thing, then this palette's not gonna, I don't think this is gonna be for you, because I have a feeling all of these matte shades are gonna be like that. Look how beautiful that is. Now I'm gonna use my A505 brush, and this one is a flat brush that you can use with shimmers if you want. And I'm gonna dip into the color Starlit, and that's that red shade that's right smack in the middle. And I'm gonna apply that on the lid, and then let's see how it applies. Over this shade. And I am applying it all over. I started with a little bit first because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I don't know what to expect. So I'm going in a second time, and now I'm applying some significant pressure to the shadow, and then we're just dragging that all over the lid. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Now obviously this color would look a lot more intense if you went in with your finger, but I'm using a brush for that specific purpose because I don't want it to be super strong. I want it to be very light and friendly. So I'm gonna go back with the A501 brush, which was the original brush I used for Bellini right here, and then we're just gonna go ahead and dip that in and just blend the edges right here. So I think just this look alone is very everyday friendly. we'll see what it looks like once I'm done with the second eye and I've applied some mascara and stuff. Let's go ahead and start off with the second eye. So this is the first eye. The second eye, this illusion shade right here is considered a topper shade, which means I guess it's not gonna be as opaque as her other shimmer shades. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna go ahead and start off with Tulle, and I'm going to use the A502 brush. I'm gonna dip into that shade and I'm going to just drag it across the crease. Now, because I want to use as much shades as you can, honestly, I think that what I would do is I would pair Tulle with Dainty, like the same way I did this eye. So put this Tulle all over the lid and then put Dainty, you know, just in the center, and that would be a look. But I really want to dig into some of the brighter shades like Bubble and Airy, and see like what that's gonna look like. So we're starting off with Tulle in the crease just to set a base, and then I want to go in to Bubble, and I'm going to use the same brush, and then I want to apply this on the outer corner and mix it in to Tulle. And these two shades work really nicely together. They blend really, really nicely. Now, I want to get a little bit of Airy, and I'm going to use the, hold on, I'm gonna use, here it is, my A503 brush. This is the fluffier brush out of this set. This is kind of like the big blender. And I want to go into this baby blue right here, because I just want to see how chalky these shades look, you know, and how bright. But see, they're just very soft, very, very soft on the lid. So I'm just putting that all over the lid. Now, of course, you can make these super intense, but you're gonna have to work to get that kind of intensity. It's not like, this is not the same as her normal palettes. You do have to work to get some intensity. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the same A505 brush for the shimmers, and I'm wiping it on just a cloth that I have here just to make sure I got all the pigment off. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply Duet all over the lid, and let's see how that looks. Oh wow, that's really nice. So Duet actually, because it has that like baby blue shift to it, actually pairs really well with Airy and Bubble, versus Dainty has much of a pinker shift, so I feel like it would work better with Feather and Tulle. So very interesting. I think she put a lot of thought into this palette and the colors that she chose, and I know that you see those very deep swatches online, and we are all familiar with Natasha Denona's formula, so we know it's super pigmented. And if you guys were shy to purchase this palette because you didn't think it was gonna be like daytime friendly, maybe this will help you change your mind. Next, I am gonna go into Limoncello, and this was that yellow shade. I told you guys that in the palette, I think it serves as the highlight shade. So let's go ahead and try to apply that. I'm gonna use the A504 brush. This is a really tiny detail blender brush. And I'm gonna go into limoncello, just a little bit. And I'm gonna apply some, I don't know if I should do the brow bone. Let's try it in the inner corner, just to, you know, just to play around. Let's go ahead and apply a little bit more. Now, I don't get a lot of kick up with the shimmer shades, in case you guys were wondering, or the kick up that happens is mostly just with the matte shades. These shades were not as chalky as I thought they would be. And as suspected, this limoncello, I'm gonna say, I'm Hispanic, so I'm sorry, but when I pronounce limoncello, it doesn't sound natural off my tongue. So to me, it's limoncello. So I'm gonna apply the limoncello on the inner corner, and this is not as yellow as it looks in the pan. It does actually serve as a highlighting shade. I applied a little too much, so let me use a brush to kind of fix that. There we go. Now let's go ahead and I'm gonna apply what's left on the brush to the brow bone, just to give a little oomph. That's pretty. It is like it serves as that highlighting shade in the palette. Now you can get that yellow color payoff if you build it up, but if you go in with a really light hand, it actually serves as a pretty just highlight for the whole look. I want to go ahead and go back to Duet because I have like a little bald spot right there that I want to fill in. This is very, very nice. Let's go ahead and apply some eyeliner and some, actually, I'm gonna forego eyeliner. I'm just gonna put on my blank Graphique 949 eyeliner to my waterline. It's a white eyeliner, just I feel like it goes well with this look. Be right back. Okay, so this is the completed look. Let me go ahead and tell you what I put on my eyes. So I have put on that Chanel mascara I told you about. I put some of my Merit brow gel, and this is in the color brown. And then for mascara, I went in with my Merit black mascara. You guys, this mascara is so good. It is a tubing mascara, and I am not a fan of tubing mascaras, but this is really good. And surprisingly enough, as this formula ages, it gets better, which is usually not the case. Usually as mascaras age, they start to get like dry and weird. This actually is excellent the older it gets. Like, it's already good out the tube, but as it starts to dry down a little bit, it's even better. So if you guys are still sleeping on this whole Merit like mascara, brow gel, the whole Merit line, highly recommend. These are my two favorite products from Merit. I haven't tried their lipsticks. I have to get on that. But anyway, I digress. This is the final look. Let me go ahead and use something to block each look so you can see it. Oh, and on my lips, I did put on the Fenty lip cream in, what is this called? Mauve Wives. So that's the only thing I have on my lips. I thought it was appropriate for this look. I think that this color looks really nice on the lips with this whole palette. So if you have this color, you can use it if you have this palette. All right. So this is the first look. Just want you guys to see. And then this is the other one. And you can see that it's not as heavily, you know, pigmented as it looks on the pan, right? Like, I feel like on this pan, this palette looks super scary, doesn't it? Like, you're like, no. Like, you look at this palette and the first thing I thought was, no, never gonna use that. Never gonna use it. I can't even think of one look. I can even wear that like to like a party. You know, I just thought I'm just not that person. I can't pull off color like that. But it's actually, I think, a little bit more user-friendly than I initially thought. And you like wouldn't know that unless you go into the store, you swatch them, you kind of play around with it, you know? So that's why I'm doing this video, because I know a lot of you live in areas where you don't have the luxury of buying a palette, trying it out, and returning it if you don't like it. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do this video to just inform those of you who prefer to buy everyday friendly kind of palettes, that this is something fun and new that you can add to your collection and actually get a lot of use out of it this spring and summer. I do work a corporate like office job, and I can wear this to work. Very cute. Okay, I'll be back with 2 more looks. I did take off my eye look with some micellar water, and I reprimed my eyes. Cleaned, wiped off all my brushes. Let's go ahead and dig in to that green. I feel like you're like, okay, Isabel, what are we gonna do with that green? I don't know, but we're gonna test it out. So again, I'm using my A501 brush. I've wiped them all off, and we're gonna go into Zest. And let's apply Zest all over the lid, and let's bring it up to the crease. And I'm sorry for the background noise. Our AC just went out. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just lovely? Lovely. Okay, so I applied Zest all over the lid, and as you can see, it's not super bright and unwearable. Do you guys see that? I'm just gonna grab just a little bit more just to even out this outer end right here of my lid. And then we're just blending that into the crease, whatever's left on the brush. So now I'm gonna go into Mint Frost, and I'm gonna use Mint Frost all over the lid. And let's actually, I feel like Mint Frost matches a little bit better with Brisk, so I'm gonna go in with Adriatic, which is this greener, it's a little bit it's a much greener color. So I'm going to be using my A505, and let's dip into that, and let's apply that. Yep, it is very green. And I'm just doing the whole entire lid with this color. Of course, if you use your finger, it's going to be super intense, but we're trying to see how we can use this palette for everyday looks. That's really pretty. Now let's go ahead and go back with the A501 brush. Let's get a little bit more of Zest, and then we're going to use it to apply that to the crease and kind of blend everything out. And then I'm gonna use that big A503 brush, which is the fluffy blender, and this doesn't have any shadow on it. I'm just gonna use it to blend the edges. This blends really nicely, just in case you guys were wondering. Still blends really well. And that is a pretty like little mint shade, but I actually wanna get a little bit of limoncello and put it in the center just to brighten it up. So we're gonna get some of that yellow shade and kind of dip lightly, and then I'm just gonna apply it to the center. Oh wow, actually limoncello, instead of making it lighter, it actually makes this color more green. Makes it greener when you apply it on top. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Let's apply a little bit here to the inner corner, but I'm not gonna drag it down. I think that's really nice. Let's put a little bit of mascara, like a little bit more, because I want you guys to kind of see That's really pretty, guys. It's not as like in your face as you thought it would be. It is very, very, very pretty. Now, I think we can try this more scarier shade right here, Bora, which is like a really deep purple. You're like, okay, what the heck am I gonna do with that? Because that's like really bright. And so let's go ahead and start off with the A502. And we're gonna dip into Bora, and I'm gonna apply that to the crease. You see, they're very lightly pigmented. But it definitely packs a punch. So I'm gonna leave that here in the crease. And then I'm gonna go in with, where is that brush? Here it is. I'm gonna go in with the big fluffy A503 brush, and I'm gonna go into Feather, which is this matte pink shade down here that has a very intense white base. And I'm just gonna apply that all over the lid here. How pretty is that? How pretty are those two colors together? Soft, pastel, but it's not screaming at you, you know? Now let's go in with the color Dainty. And again, I am going to be using this 505, A505. And let's get some of that. And just gonna apply that to the center of the lid. Let me go in again, and then just dragging it outward. That's beautiful. Pretty, but not too crazy. So now I want to use the small A504 brush, which is a tiny detailer blender, and I'm gonna go into Illusion. That is that topper shade right here, and I want to apply that to the inner portion of the lid. Okay, I just want to let you know it's getting really dark outside, so I'm gonna try to hurry up. Gonna be quick. Oh wow, that's really pretty. It's definitely a topper shade because it doesn't have, you know, any of the chunkier like glitters and stuff like that. Not glitter, but it's, you know, the sparkles. It's an actual like shade, but it has a lot of punch. Look how pretty that is. How pretty that shift. I really like that. That is really pretty. And I feel like this can be a really nice one and done shade if you want something super light. Let me just intensify my mascara on this side, since I did take off some of it. I feel like these looks don't even need eyeliner in the lash line. I think that they are just beautiful the way that they are. And so this is the final look. Let me go ahead and block it out for those of you who just want to see the one eye at a time. So I think that for those of you who are afraid of dipping into this whole pastel theme that's going on here this season, because of that, because they seem chalky, they seem super bright, and you're just like, that's not gonna work for me, I do highly encourage you to try it. I think this palette is great, and it's not as scary as it looks. I think it's much more user-friendly than I thought it would be. It's just beautiful, and you can pair this with a gloss, a very light lipstick. This is so nice. I want to give you just one more close-up. If you guys want to see more looks with this palette, because I know that I didn't use a couple colors, like I haven't combined this one and this one yet, or done like bubble all over the lid and then kind of put duet over it. So if you want to see more combinations with this palette, let me know. I would love to keep playing with this palette with you guys. But as always, I want to encourage you to use what you have. I know that we're very overwhelmed with all of these new releases that come back to back. But if you follow me on Instagram, I post a lot of empties of the things that I use up. So for example, this blush, it's not new, but you can still buy it. I kind of just want to inspire you to use what you have, because we spend our money on this and you don't want that money going down the drain, okay? So if you guys are interested in seeing me do videos with older palettes, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do that. Kind of leave me your opinions in the comments down below of what palette you would like to see, and of course if you would like to see more looks with this palette. So if you have this palette, you really scored big time. For those of you who were brave enough to buy it without seeing anybody's review. All right, now let's go ahead and get into some swatches. Okay, so here is the first row. Tulle is on this finger. As you can see, it's beautiful, beautiful matte color. Then we have Illusion, which is that beautiful topper pearly white. Then we have Mint Frost, and then we have Bora, and then we have Dainty. Look how beautiful that shift is. Now let's go ahead and swatch that. So we've got, let me let my camera focus. We've got Tulle, Illusion. I mean, hello. How pretty is that? We've got, let me see, Mint Frost, and we have Bora, and I accidentally just pressed my thumb to the back of my hand. I'm gonna have to do this swatch over here because I have it on my thumb. Look how pretty. Okay, I don't know, my camera's doing that. Look how beautiful that is. So this is the first row. Let me get a little bit closer. Isn't that beautiful? Let's move on to that second row. We have Brisk, which is a matte, Adriatic with a duochrome, like shimmery shade. We have Starlet, Bellini, and Bubble. I will be putting down on the screen as I show you these colors, their finishes. Let's go ahead and swatch. So we've got Brisk. Sorry, there we go. My camera's focusing. Can you guys see that? Okay. Then we have Adriatic. We have Starlet. We have Bellini. Okay, I did not pick up enough of that color on my pinky. Here we go. There we go. Bellini. And then let's go ahead and swatch Bubble, which is on my thumb. So this shade looks patchy. Brisk looks patchy when swatched, which I find to be interesting, because I haven't used that one, so I wonder if it's going to apply to the eye patchy as well. And then we have Bubble, which, as you can see in the pan here, it's super bright, but if you just, when you swatch it, it looks much lighter. You can build it up for it to look exactly what it looks like in the pan, but it does look much lighter when you just apply it once. And Bellini looks patchy as well, but actually when you saw me apply it on the eye, it doesn't apply to the eye patchy. So I don't know, it's a little weird. Let's go ahead and move on to the third row. Third and final row, we have Limoncello, we have Duet, Airy, Zest, and Feather. Let's go ahead and swatch these. Again, Limoncello, that's pretty. It's really nice. Duet, whoa, that is gorgeous. Airy, see, again, Airy swatches patchy, but when I applied it to my eye, it didn't go on patchy. Okay. Zest, and then I'm gonna apply Feather with my thumb down here. This is interesting. Airy did not apply, you know, patchy either to the lid, but it does swatch patchy. Interesting. If you guys know what may be the reason for that, leave me a comment down below. So this is, I love this palette. It looks like a hurricane is about to hit. I love Florida and our weather. One moment it's sunshine, and then the next minute, yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay, so that completes this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video, if you want to see more looks. Please go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want to see more pretty pictures of this palette up close in like natural lighting outside. Even though I do film with natural lighting, so I don't have any kind of studio lights right now. So basically this is kind of the closest thing you're gonna get to true color because I don't film with studio lights, so I don't have any filters or anything like that on the camera. But if you want to see close-ups of this picture with direct sunlight, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I will be uploading those pictures soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support and your time, and thank you for being super patient with the background noise, and see you next time. Bye.